across the border. Your story, speak your truth and take your chance. This could be your only dance. No matter where you later die, still just in every little light. Brother trying hard to feed the home. Still strong though he walks alone. Every star that will be one moment. Every force that believes in dreaming. No matter where you come from today, your story can open the way. Yes, I'm on the ground. Good morning, my people. How you doing today? Olimutufu nyo Presto Muyombya Maka Kera broadcast. Whatever the number one, I've number two. But how are you guys? How was your night? And today is Random Cat Talk Thursday. Muyombya Mark Lawrence Omule Zas David Prachi. Used to go to Chamba the Hannington VIP. Mpanga Godfrey. I don't know go back wicked the comment. Pepera Hamim, good morning. Daniel Trava, good morning. Nampija Joliet. Nampija Julie Ariano post this week. Travel live vlog. Kazoba Lawrence, Innocent Mugabe VIP, Mugenyi Simon Peter, Paul Sema VIP, Richard Damolida, Ivan Namanda VIP. So guys, how are you? Yesterday I did inspection on Toyota Alphard. It wasn't even my program. I think that thing in Amfield shooting a reviews ange. And then a gentleman said, "Can you come and inspect?" And boy, am I glad he called me. There are some people without inspection. So this car too is one of the cars that he had seen. There were 3 cars, but I think in the so the brokers were sticking to the cars that had commission, very good commission. Which I think when they went to look at this car in particular, the case is the gentleman was looking for a car of 15 million shillings. So when these guys went to look for cars, they had looked at 2 options. One that I found them on, which was UBH, which is considerably newer than a UBE, and then also which was silver, and then another one which was a UBE, this black one. Now, we all know that black cars don't have very good resale value because of the color, yeah? So, and I think when they took the person to buy, to look at the Alpha, they did not brief the seller properly. Seller nasara sent. Nasayida unagenda kusente yiza ayagala 14 million. Nasayida unagenda 14 million. And I think when the seller did that, commission nabula. So nebatandika bobe nyini ojikuba.
But unfortunately, what they were doing is then they were pushing the person to buy the Alphard, which had a bad engine. So when he called me, I had my people already, my crew were going to shoot a review, which never really happened. Near that review Moroka Javuga, Gali busy up and down. So I'm glad at least we got to do at least this inspection. So while we were there, we looked at the first Alphard Jibaba Dinamo, Gabade BH, Twabasanze Nakawa. It was a BH and it had a bad engine. Now the engine can be repaired definitely, but for a person, the kind of person that was buying the car, Taina Chamanyi had a list in his book of the things that needed to be done, and he was following that list. And most of the things that were on that list were very easy for anyone to sort. The only thing that was hard to sort was the mechanical condition of the car, which was with the moment I listened to the engine. So they told me there was the UBE, that one, the one we bought. But before into the UBE, we talked about when Alphard the UBD. Now, because me, I knew from the start there is no UBH at 15 million shillings that is good. And so, but the UBD was a possible thing. So I told them, let's look at that one if it's also on sale, just in the randomly. So we went to look at that car, but it had engine was good, but it had a serious accident history. The passenger side, kunyindo yindawa omukasonda nga bajiba ne orujirwa driver, the door is new and bali ba welding out ka part yawo. Somehow they did it. Now the car also had a very hard steering rack, which meant the pump had an issue. Now it could have been a good car, but the last price was 15 million shillings. Now for the kind of person that was buying this car, replacing a steering pump, so but anyway, me, I told him, and then the broker put me aside and said, Gwemukuru, oze kebera yingi ne wakebera bya accident, kebera bya yingi ne bali bagire bagende. And that's the thing I was telling you guys. Sometimes you take a mechanic to check your car, nenga the mechanic knows what he knows, nga yamanyi nkebera yingi ne gearbox ebirala sibitunulamu. And that's how I think that's how people get accident vehicles. Your mechanic doesn't know what to look at. Tamanchi cha kunonya. The guy was serious. Tota nikakulemesa bantu wano kutunda moroka za. Wazekebera yingi ni namu. Kati bi accident omulaga byachi. And I called the person that was buying the car. I called the broker as well. And I had to explain to this guy that I have been paid to come and inspect this car. Now, everything that is wrong with this car, I am going to tell the person buying, whether you like it or not. The good thing and then he said, what are your UBE? Na ebode MB, that UBE. I said, okay, need to go into Jidabe. So we drove and we went to the UBE. But where we went, I know the place. I even knew the owner. That's how I knew the situation that happened. Tebamu booking, tebamu briefing. Yena alamulo murundi gumu. Na akoma sente za akoma 14. Katinga teba kyasobola kukiza mabega. Okitegeera. So we went and inspected that car and it was nice. I think the most bad thing about that car was that it was black. I actually briefed him. I told him if we don't get an Alphard, you're going to buy that Regias. You might even get it at 10 million. But it's one car you should consider because Toyota Alphard at 15, I kept telling him that. But when we got to this Alphard, black, almost everything was okay. Finding a Toyota Alphard with working AC at 15 is one of the hardest. AC worked perfectly. Computer diagnosis was clean. Suspension was clean. All fog tires were good. The interior is as good as you see it in the pictures for the guys that have seen it. The interior is like that. Is that good? There is nothing I can say about the interior anymore. Like abantu bakuuma emmotoka. The only thing that I saw that was really bad, there were two things, three. One, the car had a bad battery, and the person said, I'm not buying you a battery. Number two, it had a leakage on the main seal in the gearbox. But that's something that people drive with the cars for even like 10 years. Service, it's okay. And then of course, third, the bumper, the front bumper. If you guys that are seeing the pictures, if you look at the pictures closely, you will realize that the front bumper is not so good looking. It has a lot of dents. It was sprayed, but every bumper reaches a time and there is literally nothing you can do to make it look good. It doesn't look that good. So those are the things era bwe twamaze okutest driving emmoroka eyo neeyita ne mugamba genda ogule battery, because battery nga every time you turn off the engine you have to jump start the car. So I told him go buy a battery for the car. So we drove and went to buy a battery. We bought the battery, then we went to the bank, you get, and we paid 14 million shillings and we left, and then he gave me transfer money, and then the transfer should be done by now. So that's the inspection from yesterday, and I was not able to shoot a review. Apparently every person I call, they tell me so I might have to start recycling content. I probably change my views on cars, because so almost all cars, like if we look at cars, well, I've not driven a Town S that I can drive. I can review that. I've not reviewed a newer old model, maybe that I can do. I've not reviewed an ambulance, maybe that I can do. We have the Nissan Note, I have not. We had the plan to do the ambulance. I should go and execute it. And we are too busy. And Ronald M. Kasendwa VIP, good morning. Ronald, are renewing. I did review a Ractis though. So most of the cars that are on the market, of course, the cars of people that are willing to give me their cars. Omanyi, there is one thing of me wanting to do a car, but it's also another for the person to be willing to give it to me to review it. You get, because those are two different things. I don't do the cars I want. I do the cars that are available to me. I've not actually reviewed the Regius. But you have a Regius. It's one of the cheapest cars. That one. The diesel one is the expensive one, but the petrol Regius is actually cheap. You could even get it at 9 million in very good condition. So all, like, for the people that are willing to give me cars, I've almost reviewed all the cars. And I also want to review cars that are still applicable to our time, cars that you can literally go and buy. Top 5 cars do you recommend for a new starter? Number 1, any car that has a 1NZ engine, buy. Any car that has a 1NZ engine, buy. Okay. And that includes Fielder, Romeo, Alex, all those cars. But I would only recommend you to buy cars that are 2007 or 2006 and above. Why? The earlier models, it's very hard for you to drive it for a young Atenafua. But it's very hard for you to drive it for a year without it smoking. So any car with the 1NZ, buy. Any car with the 2NZ, buy. 2NZ is 1.3, 1NZ is 1.5. Okay, and with 1NZ, that's Sienta, Ractis, you can even get a Vitz. Okay, any car with the 2ZR, buy. Any car with the 3ZR, buy. And when I say 2ZR, 3ZR, 1NZ, I've covered almost like 80% of the cars that Toyota brings today. Okay, any car with the 2SZ, buy. Any car with the 2SZ, buy. Any car with the 1ZZ, ya Primo, buy. Uruishi, Primo, Arioni, all of those ones, buy. 2SZ, we have the Vanguard, RAV4, Harrier, Alphard. You get, it's also not buy. I think I've given you more than 15 cars for you to buy. And when we go to diesel, any car with a 3L, any car with a 5L, buy. Okay? And those are Chigeges, Hiluxes, Prados, yeah, even any car with a 1KZ, buy, as long as you can manage the fuel consumption. With Subarus, any car with the EJ20, buy. Any car with the EJ15, buy. Any car with the EJ25, buy. And I've covered Outback, Legacy, Forester, I've covered Impreza, I've covered the B4. Yeah, you see, I've already given like 25 cars. Any car with the 1H, yeah, HZ, is it HZ, HD? HD Costa, HZ, I think HD erimu nankani kataye moroka nga bwenzogedde wano waliwo already chicho kirigase, waliwo wishi, waliwo RAV4, like all the but make sure the engines are healthy, make sure the transmissions are healthy, make sure they have no accident history. Now the FB engines, the EL engines, they are also okay, but for a starter, it's important that you buy a car with technology that almost all mechanics understand. Kati awo kauka wetuogerera yiyo NZ. Okitegeera. Now for starters, I don't recommend you go to very old cars. Okujjako nga sente ezikusindiseeyo, bwe ziba sente tezikusindiseeyo, buy VVTI cars. The Nua is a 3ZR. Nua is 3ZR. Wish is 2ZR. ISIS is 2ZR. Rumion has 2ZR. IST has 2ZR. Freefielder has 2ZR. 2ZR gwemanya eri mu motoka competitive. So we have almost covered all the reliable cars that you could get. Biri mwenda kwambuka waggulu. What does the Z mean? It's an engine type. Budde bugenda defining ebyo bannange. Jovan, sigenda funa budde bugenda kati ka Z kategeeza ki, ka R kategeeza ki. Kineetaaga okumanya nti engine bagiyita ekyo, ekola kino, replacement bwe eri mu mmoloka zino. Ebyo byokka bye ngenda okumanya. Biri ebirala bijjako nnumya omuntu. That's why I didn't do sciences at secondary. Nga sigenda kusobola kubikwata. So anyway, now why is my title low budgets are for Alphard and MarkX? Anybody that has 20 million shillings and below, as of today, you have a low budget. Anybody with 20 million and below, you have a low budget. So you're not going to be very picky about which cars you buy. You at 20 million and below, you can't get a RAV4 that is recommended. You can't get a Kaundo that is recommended. You get 20 million and below. That's why you find people buying Nissan X-Trail, Mitsubishi Outlander, because they want SUVs and they have 20 million shillings. So you will find that they have nothing to do but to buy those cars. You get. But at 20 million shillings, there is one car that I've always recommended to you guys. It's the Toyota Alphard. Especially if you don't mind about fuel. People that are buying cars for their parents in the village. Now your parent can buy fuel. Buy them the Alphard. Take away waka. The other thing with the Alphard is that the Alphard is actually very safe. If safety is another concern of yours, the Alphard will protect you. It's very hard to find someone that will hit the Alphard and give it very good impact. Okuja Konga is the Alphard driver himself that has knocked. So the Alphard 20 million, especially if you have cash. Now if you don't have cash, the Alphard of 20 million, but 20 million is sufficient enough. I would not actually go beyond 20 million shillings for that. Like the model we bought yesterday is a 2005 2006, and it was looked after very well in EFI engine 7A 5A 4A. Yeah, but I don't like starters. I don't recommend for them back to those old cars. In more cases, you see innocent, all those old cars that have EFI engines, those are cars you buy when your budget can't allow you to buy a VVTI car that will not give you trouble. And that's normally 15 million and below. Because 15 million and below, and of course for people that don't want to buy cars that consume a lot of fuel. So Alphard consumes more than the 7A, it consumes more than the 4A, consumes more than the 5A. So if you have 15 million and below, and you don't want to have a car that consumes like the Toyota Alphard, or you go to those EFI engines that Innocent has mentioned. Now those engines are 1.8 and below, 1.8 liters and below. Now you can also get the 3S, the 5S, that's 2 liters and 2.2 liters. Those are also bulletproof engines. Nazote zimalagafa, but they are good. But those cars I recommend for people that have 15 million and below. You mind fuel consumption, because 20 million and below, between 15 and 20, MarkX and Alphard are like the best contender ever. These are cars that are very easy to find when they are in good condition. The Camry is hard. Toyota Corolla 2007, 2013 foreign used. Then you're looking at 2012, 2013, 38, 40 million. $40 million. Bugisu Times, good morning. Enoch Kagama Changwa. Enoch Changwa, good morning. So the Alphard, is, I think, almost everyone that came to me ngayagala gula nuwa nga ina million abiri musatu, because I know you can't get a Noah at 23 in good condition. I would definitely tell them, let's go look for an Alphard. We got an Alphard and they're enjoying, all those people. Like you can't get a Wish new model, you can't get a Noah new model, you can't get a Primo new model. Then yesterday, I Chris Fitness, good morning. I got a phone call. I got a phone call from someone who deposited 3 million on a car, and then along the way changed his mind, decided he wasn't going to buy the car, and then he wanted the refund. He has never gotten the refund. He was asking Athakatench calling here. I've been discouraging you guys from depositing on cars for a very long time. My reason is valid. The moment you deposit on a car, you have to take it. If you don't take it, you literally just have to pray to God that this guy refunds the money. We are giving you an episode today. Let me call the editor now. We should be giving you an episode today. We should be giving you an episode today. Yeah. Atano karini like a week eja kuba njijeke engalo zange. The people that want to give me money by percentage on a church gwe. Week eja kalina nyino kuba nga njijeke engalo. Lwakuba episodes zo zigenda kusigala zijja bwezityo.
For the love of cause Uganda, one dream, one key, one line, changing more. Mama walking every morning in the rain, young men carrying all the pain. Daddy working all the time today, believing for the brighter day. It's part of who you are. One God, many stories, many lives, many glories. For the love of God's Uganda, changing lives across the border. One God, many stories. Your moment, your story. Speak your truth and take your chance. This could be your winning dance. One God, many stories, many lives, many glories. For the love of God's Uganda, changing lives across the border. One God, many stories. Your moment, your story. Speak your truth and take your chance. This could be your winning dance. Yes, on the ground. It's part of who you are. Yes, on the ground. It's part of who you are.
Padde started tenagenda tukyagenda tulinayo wiki kati mwenda tugigabe mu wiki ya convention. Leero Juli ali opposite kati yawo mumusabire abaana bali banoonya obululu oli omwana yagenda funa bululu 633. Juli olina kati abantu abatalina email olina okuba kati gwabagwirawo email address okitegeera. Otherwise the Alphard was nice, but us that love going to Ntungamo fuel awo. But how many times do you go to Ntungamo? Because I see a lot of people saying when I'm going to the village, but how many times do you actually go to the village? You get, when you start asking that question, then you realize people go to the village like once a month, and that's a journey that you're normally ready for. And most of the times when you guys are going to the village, you go to the village like family, like siblings. You don't go alone, so you guys can collect fuel. You go 8 people at once, because that thing takes 8 people. Instead of going like 4 people, 8 people can go at once. Once a month. You can actually start going once every 2 months and just go at once like this. But I also find, guys, that the Alphard is one of the comfortable ones. It's very, if the Alphard hybrid was a reliable car, I would actually consider buying the Alphard hybrid. But for me, I cannot afford the fuel of the Alphard. Waliwo omusajja azza avuga Land Cruiser, avuga TX, oba mugambe oba muleke, avuga TX ya milioni 19 abeera mu estate. I think I should just tell him, so that it doesn't, at least for the first couple of weeks, so that it doesn't waste the fuel. Mbadde tubadde ffenna nga tujja ningamba mama banimga about mugambe nti eno tuvuga mmotoka zitanywa, eventually ogonda, so that his mind starts getting prepared. Ewaffe eyomwesete ewaffe abantu bajja bavuga kawundo Alphard, ogenda kulaba bu space obutandisa okuyita bu filter. Eventually the fuel doesn't make sense. Okitegeera, eventually the fuel doesn't make sense. Teyakola mupya yakajja like emotoka abadde agivuga eno nga akyali mu kipangisa. Eri ewaffe mu estate teri yakujoga, teri kukolamu. Bonna ababadde bakola ki, bavuga ezimotoka ennene batuuse ne bazivaamu, ate nga agirinnya nnyo nenkati amafuta kubanga ezizzaako omuyisa nankuba enfuufu n'alinnya naye ne kakati ono gaayi amafuta gaayonoona agamanyi. Okitegeera, alinnya ekimotoka era akafuufu kankubye nga sirina bwe muyisa ne mmuleka n'agenda n'amakubo g'okumpi gonna tagamanyi, ayita eri ewala. You know how someone refuses you to stops you from overtaking them, and then they go, and then you use the near route, and then they find that you are in front of them, like against okunsanga ndi Kawanda. Okitegeera, naye nga eri waffe ku kikubo ky'ettaka yampisiza. Okitegeera, so I don't know if I should tell him. Emmotoka avuga enywa nnyo, ayita wala yakajja mu kitundu ba neighbor tatubuuzako nti abaye ne tuvuga mmotoka ki. The car prices as they were last month, so they have not really changed. They're still high. I don't know if they're going to go lower, but I think they're going to go higher because the government introduced the tax that starts 1st July. So the bond cars are going to go higher. MarkX with other weird shape, it's Zio. The MarkX Zio is not common. I've not driven it though, because it's not common, but the MarkX Zio is also a good car. When reviewing, I should look for it. Can Maroku be the editor to Maroku Banja episode ya project car? The Primo F with the 1.5 liter coming on the market with new models too. Okay. Your van, guys staying in estate is good, but abantu ba estate muina kajanja. Tatuina kajanja abantu ba estate. Katola banze njagaliza neighbor wange avuga Land Cruiser. He's not supposed to be driving a Land Cruiser. And by the way, guys, I think we need some guidance. You cannot be driving a car of 190 million shillings and you come to stay in an estate in Matuga in a 50 by 100. Kati omuntu avuga emmotoka y'ekikumi Matuga ina kuba country home. Ontegeera, like the car alone, if you use the money of the car alone, it can get you a decent house in places like Chanja. Okitegeera, I don't know. I think there are people abali Matuga nga baliyo lwa kinyumwe, because Matuga fe kyatutwala butaba na sente. Butaba na sente. Naye kakati toyinza genda ng'osula mu estate, oyina buploti bubiri 10 ku 10, you live 35 kilometers away from the city. You guys that have money, don't come to Matuga. Let Matuga be for us. Abatetenkanya okitegeera mwabalina sente mujje mugule kanyanya, mugule empererwe, mujje mugule wano. You buy land in even Gayaza is far. I think people just don't know their potential. Even Gayaza is far. Like if I can go to the bond and buy a car of 190 million shillings, I'm just going to buy a condominium, 3-bedroom condominium. So kempumulire kawo. Okitegeera. I think for me that's how I think. I'll just buy a plot in Mulago. Gula ploti ye Mulaga onozimba wenyumba yo. Tewali kikutwala Matuga osobola ogenda mu bondi n'oyimirira n'ogule mmotoka milioni 19 milioni 2. Nze ndowooza kuba oba sente oba ez'emmoloka oba wabbanzi be simanyi na kumanya. Because there are people that just steal the money. Waliwo abaana sente ng'akuba milioni 6 omulundi gumu naaga wakavugika mmotoka ye 2. Sifanga sigivuze. Emmotoka ya kitongole si ya kitongole, ow'ekitongole mumanyi neighbor wange manyi n'omusanga mu supermarket. Ow'ekitongole ye mumanyi avuga naye Land Cruiser, avuga TX, naye ow'ekitongole mumanyi nyamba ze myufu. Ono mupya, this one is new. Ate ow'ekitongole ne waffe sijja ayita ayina ekkuba eddala lyakozesa, just twesanga mu supermarket twebuuzaako. Guys, nkola olugambo naye ono nze mulinza. You remember when I was telling you about one of our neighbors that had an Alphard? I did not see him personally, but I saw he drove the Alphard for 2 weeks and got a Vitz. Estates can humble people. Hey, at estates estates can humble people. Hey, Alphard for 2 weeks, then Vitz. Hey, and at that time I think I was driving a Ractis. Nengenda okulanga ne Ractis yenywa ninga ne Ractis nayo ku mmotoka etanywa kwe kufuta munayo Prius, and I don't regret. I will never look back. Egona ya kamuruka k'amasanyalaze nyine ko nakaddusa nga nyagala ku review kalinga pichi kalimu yingini ya pichi akaliko ne wo chargingira kade basisi nga bisatu nenye niko yakaddusiza kati kankube esimu ndabo yakakomeza ngene nkakoleko review. But anyway guys, you look at the money you have, tewali kikutwala Matuga ng'oli mugagga. There is a guy I know that has a lot of money. I inspected for him. Naye agenda ku senteme yo nagula ka plot ya anakwana. And but these guys need to have guidance. You have a lot of money. You have like 300 million on the account. Why buying a 40 by 40? Why buying a 30 by 20? Utilize the money to buy a proper God send zemba nazonga nechira sigenda yo nechira wala. Nechira ndaba wala because me I be having my money. Nero ligo parking anga atabwa parking emoroka watu kubaka kati nzenyi nokubanga avuga president w'Rwanda. Do you guys realize okujja kaba president bada kaboba funa training? But do you guys realize that most of the guys that drive government vehicles don't know how to drive? Teba manyi. Era fetu babeza okukubo. What's the average price of programming a remote key? 450, 350, 500,000 there. If you lose your key, that's how much you're going to. He must be well loaded and maybe has fuel allowances. He's new, Musa. He's new. Mupia tabade yo. Enyumba like hajingide. He's new. Try estates in Namugongo. My neighbors Ivan Soveda. Baba Dechi. So go to Orugambo. You come and what about me who is in Namaliri? 58 kilometers from Kampala, 37. Talema, you are rich. But you work in Mukondo, right? And then Namaliri na yo wala simanyi na yo mpulira yobulizi. Oitawa. Godfrey. Namaliri is how far? Mukono, Kayunga Road, but on half an acre is okay. But me, I'm not going to farm. Zira wenchikubira anytime wenchikubira bwenti mugenda kundabanga ava mukikomera mu ntindo omu. I am telling you, nze mukama nankwatira ko bwenti nenchikuba ngenda gule moroke enyumba ntinda wala njagala no nga kololo airstrip awo nganchikubye munda banguze nyumba ku kololo airstrip neyo wala bangenda genda ngule buguze nyumba mani hatani. I am telling you. Bwenchikuba bwenti. Era yetegesa ina milioni zenga 15 osobola kujja ntubagaininga wenchikubira nti nkuguze yange gwata nazimba enyumba yange ina buli kimu all the amenities bobere wange ekirobera ngali e London. I made a mini London there in Matuga there. Kati gwe kyobamanye wange era gwata nabozimba ngo ina milioni zo 15 gama gwe kyomanyi nyumba yange is a mini London but built slowly nga bifuna emitwalo 2 nangula akasawo natandika okuzimanga ensawo ya cement ya mitwalo 2 kanana kati gwe kyobomanya but wenchikubira nti ngenda gule nyumba New York ne kololo wala ngula nyumba New York nembanga nyine ekintwala ngenda makaga nga New York nga bola baka milioni bwakola. With estates people mind about their business so tobusa TX dude muleke no Alphard samugamba nalabirawo ngaakyusiza ngaavuga VTs kati ebiseera ebyo me look with things of cars me I will give you the Rugambo. I'll give you that guy needs an electric car. Aina sente taina guys ewafe kati mu bagay nze babuire ekiri mu nsi muno nga tuvudde myokwa gamambo abantu bayina sente omuntu ayina sente matugatagenda yotukirize okujja nga aguze eka 3 nga ali ku eka 3 ate naye abatabeerayo okitegeera. Staying in estates is good but abantu ba estate mulina akajanja kandabe mbukolo airstrip wala mbangenda gula New York wandegeya bwe mbanchikubye bulungi waliwo akazimba okuli Equity Bank ako kimbanjagala nengula nenjira free osoke ya wagulu Derek nanku plan nenzimbamu enyumba yange bulungi kati wane wali Equity wane no side ene wali bu stationary nenkola yo gundi garage y'emotoka yange nganchikubye bulungi nti nze sigenda kulima nange nze sijja kulima ate and these things but byogera these are not normal things ebintu mbyenjogera wano tebiri noma abantu babyogera ku batano bogera bati okubajaji nze sijja kulima ate era sigenda kukola nyumba ya compound nene kuba people never sit in the compounds. Okitegera, the people that sit in your compounds are the people that don't own the homes. No big compound. Kati nze akayumba kange wekali weewo, sigenda kukola mbusimanya njagala compound nga nene olede sina baana bawalambu nakola okwanjula. Ate ennaku zino okwanjula abantu bakutwala mu gardens. Otherwise you are a hash on low income businesses, yet big ones walk away with no taxes paid. Martin Sentongo, because low income businesses like mine are always hopeful that things will work out better. So they start paying URA in the hope that when big business comes, they'll be in good books with URA, and the other businesses they are going to do businesses with will respect them. That's purely why I've been paying the taxes. Nenze ukatinenze nalemererwa. Ila company ngenda kujiggalawo. Ngenda kujiggalawo. Sibisobola, sikyabisobola. After you need a big compound, it's for exercise. I don't need exercise. Me, already gym yange eri mu kisenge. Nze kati ebyuma yange byonna bijja nyina akayumba kibaali bayita akasikali. Sikasikali nakateekawo butesi kuteeka mu bintu byange. Kati akugenda kengenda oteekamu ebyuma byange ebya gym nga wenkolera nti I don't need the field. I can buy a treadmill. Kali ngenda batirayo kati. You just buy land on Buganda Road. Buganda Road tekuli ttaka owena gula nyumba ewedde nyangu ya kugula okusinga ettaka ekaluno ligulikako. But people have houses nga zibakutte egula nyumba oba oyina sente endala n'omenya. Naye nze kati nze sikyamenya naye nze era wenkikubira nti era mujja kundaba very soon nga ntandika broadcast nga nfuluma ennyumba yange kororo nti anti nyinza okuba ndi awo ne bampita naye ne bampayo akasente olwa kasuku naye bamuwa bilioni 5 kasuku. Kaiza naye ngenda kukolayo sako yange yaba bloga b'emmotoka. Faba abogera content w'emmotoka tukole sako yaffe batuwe bilioni 15. Naffe tuwane. Naye kati ebyennaku zino nga tebikyaliko kuwaana. Ebyennaku zino byakusirika busirisi bw'oyogera. Ennaku zino kati ebyokugaba ssente birabika byaweddewo kati. Kuba bukubi n'owaana. If I ever make it in life, I want to buy an island. Mbeereeyo ogende ku island abantu balina ssente. I have a friend yakubye deal almost 250 million naye magezi he bought land kati agenda China next week. Arthur, will copyright get us when we play? No. Me, don't worry about me. You play the songs. Enjoy. Me, when I do my music, n'abakola music nga balina copyright tebalina ssente kati menyere kaki. You guys buy them 7 State House, why not? And State House yaffe. Oza ya 7 yaffe. Olubalaza lumala for exercise. The notion that you need a big compound to exercise is exactly. The big compound is jagala. Big compound is expensive. Olabe ebintu byonna byagala muno, you build a house and then you have to hire shamba boys. I don't need a shamba boy in my home. My home yemara buli wamu waliwo enkokoto. Sina emiti kigenda suulawo ebikoola. But abana basuula kasasiro nga bamulondawo. I have an incinerator. Okitegeera. You have a small garden to pour ebintu ebivunda bikuta by'amatooke biki. That's all you need. Mwanguzi David, good morning. Wandega is the best area since you work from town. Ngenda ggulaawo. Nyinza okugenda nengula ennyumba waliwo ennyumba eziri wano. Olaba wansi wa University Hospital. Ndagala nesoka ngula yawo akayumba kamu. Obuyumba bw'abatabani bange. Ne Arthur Liroba ate mbadde ki David. Ndi mubagamba bugambi. Mweno aliyo neighbor avuga TX nze simanyi. Oli yali avuga Alphard kati avuga Vits. Omuntu yekka avuga emmoroka ennene mu estate yaffe ya kitongole tagula mafuta. Guys, no shamba boys. You only pay security and cleaning compound once a quarter. Ate security for what? Security for what? Let me tell you. The government has put security in the country. You people don't know. The government has made Uganda secure. The government has made Uganda... People, you don't know. You don't need a security guard. Everywhere it is secure. Just take a masanyalaze kuchikomera. ng'oliga mukuba umateka kama sa me I don't like animals, so I don't want dogs. I put cameras everywhere. You be seeing your home from here. Me from here I can see what is happening in my home from here. Kiba kimala ekiro buli wamu abenga waaka ng'omuntu atera okuyimirira waati amanya kamera emulengera. Other people have money, but some people don't come to Kampala traffic. All they know, he drives a Benz, paka airport, fly out, then 1 week na akomao. Abo tebabeera matugga. Network ebadde nzigyeko. Muwanguzi, me I don't lie. Mwalabye bizonto. So anyway, mbadde mbagamba. When we were having power struggles in our estate, the neighbor that brought us power, ngaba mukuba, waliwo omunene at that time, ngamuwa amuvuma mugamba nga bwali omwavu, belittling him. I told that neighbor of mine, don't let even that person bother you. Mu estate yaffe, nze njimanye estate yaffe. Estate yaffe fenna twenkana, twesingako twesingako million 2 twenkana. He kept telling my neighbor, don't allow those people to belittle you. I think bamutamya n'ennyumba y'okubata kyajjayo, but I kept telling him, don't let those people belittle you. Wano twenkana, tewali yajja matugga. Some of them bagula plotting as $1 million. Usenzo mukubagula plot yebbe inajigula 10. But most of them, they bought those plots 5 million, 3 million. Some of them bought the plots like 20 years ago. They have just built. And all the houses that are in our estate, like 2% is really complete. All the houses is really complete. Nze nkugambye abali mu estate yaffe mmanyi sibagagga. But there are people that are bordering middle class, abagala okuyingira mu middle class. And for me, I've found that the one thing that gives me peace is knowing where I fall. Okitegeera, nze siri mugagga just neyagalira mu mbeera yange mu mpola nembeera ne ayanda imanuva. Kyova olambagaye wenkikubira nti ematugga temundabyeyo. Wenkikubira nti nga jangu ompe sente mwene ennyumba nga te ku million zange olusanvu ngule ennyumba ali opposite Kololo airstrip. Nga tutandika okufuna clearance tags. I am the neighbor of Museveni with Dow. After Alphard will give you between 5 and 8 kilometers per liter when you're driving normal driving, and it will give you up to 9 to 10 kilometers on the highway if you don't have a heavy foot. But with the Alphard, it's very hard to have for you to drive in a heavy foot. Why? Because it's a long vehicle, and most of the time when people are going up country or to the villages, they have a lot of people in the car. After totuleka matuga soon will be the new Muyenga. Wow, Chris, matuga tuliyo lwambeera. I think when you guys you see Chris Matuga is his village. He just doesn't want to leave the village. He keeps buying land. But it's his village. Yeah? After we are registering businesses, but you're planning to close it. Me, I'm closing that particular company. I'm not closing the business. I'm closing the company. Like it's. You guys have not been stressed. Okola business nayo tevaayo. Naye bali bakulaga tewatuwa musolo nga wagubawa gwolina obbawo omutuufu. Me I declare, but guys, me I am, because I've had good business before. It comes once in a while, but when it comes, being that the fact that you have been paying tax, you're in good books with URA, it's a good thing. You get, it's a very good thing. But nenga bali bakulaga baagala okukamula. Nze nyina abantu banyi bakola million 4-5 omwaka tebasasula yadde 10. Bo tebabanyiga because bo tebabalumba. Ati nze byantamye. Closing a company is very expensive, but in the long run it's cheaper. Tax appeals tribunal. K. Jovan, do you realize that when you say things here in theory, they are very good? Tribunal, go to court, go to this. Do you know how much time it takes to just go there and start doing those things? Ate once you go to the tribunal, kati abaye bagenda kusaaka amaaso. Batandika okubeera obubi. Balindaka eraka. Ebintu bya Uganda gwe tobimanyi. nze simatta kumanya Uganda eyinza okutabukaawo wetabuka ngenda nga mbonaabonera mu America eyo nze nembabuulira Uganda ffe tutetenkanya nnyo okubeerawo nze mbabuulira ffe tutetenkanya nnyo. You don't pay URA, but the costs olina okugazeetinga. Of course, you have to be in good books, so olina okuba nga obadde osasula omusolo. That's one thing. URA, because you need to get a tax clearance certificate from them for you to be able to close. Then URSB oba osasula returns. Ebintu bingi byoba olina gazetting alone over is like 400 gazetting, over 350. And the gazette once a week. Or once a month, once a week, I think. Be one for one, but you need to also pay the people that are helping. Was inquiring about the car alarm after 1 year. Kubange sawa, you know, I'm coming back. Jangu alarm ya rais. Don't they first consider sales before taxing? You see, it's very easy for someone to want to consider sales, but it's also another thing for someone to sow limba. Which take limba. There is a time nali nkyapangisa Wandegeya, I filed and I was paying rent. I even had the receipts of the rent. Then the URA person called me and they said, we need you to give us the TIN of your landlord. And I said, but I've given you the receipts. I called the landlord nagano kumpa TIN number yagana abayayi bali kunzi. Now they want me to do their job. I sent them the receipts, but they are saying, it's like they say, go and get the tin by force. But pistol. I've given you the receipts. You go through the names and find out eno company obono director aina tinich. My brother. Abantu abamu emirimu bagifuna kugamba n'ogu. I don't know. Abayayi bambeera bubi. Paka bwe nafuna omuntu oba yakola atya n'ayiya n'afuna tiini y'omu ku balandiroodi y'omu ku badirector b'ekizimbe ekyo gye twateekayo. Si kwe kunvaako. But you cannot expect Arthur to do your job. Abagezaako okusasula omusolo bitutama. Arthur, please noonya Mark Tumusota Rigaria. Agiina agire njeetaaga. Mark Tumusota nonga zaabuze. Arthur, not everyone is a fan of living in the city. You might have money, but when you love living in the countryside, not in Matuga, my brother, not in Matuga, not in my estate, not in my estate. Nze nkubulira. Nze nsomye embeera, nsomye umuntu abaninga ino olugamo naye embeera ngisomye eri ewaffe eyo. Abayayi kati abayayi abalina ssente babeera gayaza. Ne barelative bange. Abalina mu kasente bonna baguze gayaza. Because egayaza nange gye nali njagala okugula ekyannemesa okugula egayaza nga sente sizirina ezigayaza era gwe manya nange nali ngenda kugenda gayaza eyo naye sente zegayaza zaali nnyingi nga waaye kangende wano naye nga munzikirize mbasiibule. Jovan, at me I'm not closing because I have areas in taxes. See no areas, just embeera entamye. Nze just embeera entamye. Embeera yentamye. Nze omusolo sina buzibu gusasula. Never. How about you declare I'm not bankrupt? Nze I'm not bankrupt. Wali obaddekaawo embeera neekuyitirako obuyitirizi. Nogan kati nze nkitadde embeera sinungi nze nkweka pressure nze seta the pressure entamye the pressure entamye just I'm not bankrupt. I can pay the taxes but just pressure eri awo entamye. Matuga is good Julien. I'm not saying it's bad but nze nkubuulira embeera eriyo. Arthur, even if I get $1 million, I cannot build in Kampala. I go to the village. Me, I don't want the village. I went to the village because of money. Kololo is quiet. Kololo is quiet. Ntinda. I cannot declare bankruptcy. I don't know much about but I'm not bankrupt. I am not. I'm simply saying this company, I am closing it. nga bw'onootunda emmotoka nga toyavuwadde naye nogaa emmotoka ngikoze eki nze ngitunze okitegeera ng'emmotoka efa nnyo just okuwummulamuko okugamba owaayi nze nkooye okwewozaako. If Matuga is bad, what of us in Chite? Matuga is not bad, Alan. I'm just saying the people that went to Matuga, most of them mbeera ye abatwalayo. Ata tusabula nnyo Matuga seba. I have my in-laws there. Chairman zake nze mbeera Matuga. Ate nsabula ki? Ndi mugamba bugambi bwenki kuba sibeera Matuga. Ate na nababeere Matuga bakimanyi. Tebaliyo lwakuba bakikuba. Nabo bakimanyi Chris tokimanyi sebo. Bw'okikuba ogenda wanze nze bwe nkikuba ngenda Kololo. Actually ngenda Manhattan. Mu New York. My company tarimwa. For the love of God is not a company, it's me. Because there is the thing I don't understand. Pay as you earn. Manya, if you earn 1 million, they deduct 30% over my dead body. It's a dead body okujaga toli Uganda. Nebo body Uganda, the dead body you will jump it. The knack is that nobody can employ me in Uganda. Ati nebo banga toli employed. Inze nsasula income tax. Nze nsasula income nganze Arthur I pay income. Buli sente ze mumpe za inspection. Nzigata nenzijako expenses zange nimba wa 30% per year. I do that every year. And I've done that over since 2019 when I wanted the tax clear. But I realized when you need a tax clearance certificate, they'll go back in time and say, were you paying taxes? Nze bwe nkikuba ngenda Kabale, Bunyonyi mu Nsozi. Nze ntya misota. I think nze njagala nnyo ekibuga because I don't like animals. 2, I'm scared of snakes, centipedes and stuff like that. Ebyo nabyo nambitya. Zaka nvaako nenkoyo okwewozaako nkoye owoza n'otuuka nga bintu bikumazeeko emirembe. Julia akomyewo weekend video temunagiraba. Julia akomyewo weekend ate ali unopposed. Zaka owoza n'otuuka n'okoowa ngamba mpoleza ki abantu bempoleza mbo tebamanyi kukola business tebakolanga ku business neemu tebakimanyi n'obanyonyola nga but I'm not a supermarket guys. Munzikirize mbasibule muzikiriza naye nga mujje Matuga bannange naye bwe mujja temujja na moroka za mwezi no zinywa zikawundo temujja na zi XT okitegeera temujja na zi XT bw'obojja Matuga mufune moroka 1.5. The biggest you should do is actually a Wish. I don't like village, just like areas which are developing. Me, I don't like the village. Me, I like the city. I like to come out of my house and the tarmac is there. Just money. But me, I like to come out of my house and the tarmac is there. Colorado, we were on Tinda. Money, just money. I think most of the people that are building that side sente. Nze njagala kudda Busunju but ngenda kufuna Wish Valmatic. Negwe Busunju nga wala. Busunju teziri kilomita nga 5 Ono bojje Kampala atoniyo. Gwe Shanko, Matuga, people don't go to Matuga because they want. That's the fact. Antikati kisinzira nze distance nyevuga teri agivuga okecho. Guys, let me tell you this. I want you to understand one thing. People don't go to Matuga because they choose. People go to Matuga because that's the land they can afford. You get it? It's a very beautiful place, but majority of people that I know would choose to go somewhere else. Me, I would choose to go to Kololo, but I can't afford Kololo. And there's a time I was seeing people saying, Mbu, Matuga, houses are cheap. But the houses in Matuga that are cheap are those houses that don't have titled land. Are those houses on these 20 by 30s, those ones. And also the houses that I would never buy. Those houses without plans. Which take it. Busunju is 55 kilometers so ravera Busunju. Nego Julius, Matuga jideka no jideka. Nze njagala nnyo. It's a very peaceful place. But people don't go there because they want. People go there because it's the land they can afford. Me Arthur, omanyo kubeera mu nsinga Sabuni asinge ba. Nakalabi nange ka video Sabuni asinge ba for bay. Bitegerekeka. Busunju is like Namalidi. Now only 50 agogame 58 kilometers. But you guys are living fate gutalimu anze kati se ewa sobola yo. Kambere matuga. Martin Ntebe is fa. Nze mbagambye naye Entebbe sobola kubeera yo. Eyo nayo na Ntebbe bantu ekibatwala butaba na sente. Omuntu alina sente abeera kololo wano. Kale bove muyenga yengaawo. That's when you have money. Namalirizi in as you're going to Kayunga. Chris ate kati nze bwe nababere namaliri ngayo mubere ye yo fika tujira tubere Matuga. One, let me tell you guys, the people that want to buy in Matuga. Number one advantage of Matuga, you have multiple roads that lead you to Matuga. One, nze mbangene Matuga mu estate. Nsobola okozesa olukadde, nsobola okozesa main. Bwe ndaba nga main ne lukadde biganye, nsobola okudde Kasanga nempita ku Kasanga ati nengatta nempitira ddala ebuwambo. Nawe biba biganye, nsobola okuyita ewa Kiso nezija nengwa ku Semuto Road. Nawe biba biganye, nsobola okugendera ddala nengenda paka Gobero nenzija nempita bayitayo weyo Antonio Luligi naita okisege nenzija nengwa ku Semuto Road. I have so many routes to use. Katira main ewe ebe ekutte nsobola okuyita Katalemwa era nengwa eri maaso. Matuga is nedda sebo. Matuga is not farther than Entebbe. Entebbe wala. Entebbe wala. Ate Entebbe is under development. Entebbe has no people. The times I've been to Entebbe, Entebbe looks like a town. Kambere Matuga. Ate Entebbe, I don't think Entebbe has fresh air. Apart from the water that is near. Matuga waliyo fresh air. Matuga is organized. I'm posing I've not been to the organized part of Entebbe. Oraba Matuga. The way my estate is organized. And the way my neighbors mind their own business. Even na kongovude ko bine byamasanye bya bifuchankara nyanga neighborhood. But Matuga jireke no jireka. Just twetaga government etukolere kubo eri erigenda mu estate. Panga bagenda kola chorus imbere ngambera nga ku chorus. Kasaba nankolira oyo chorus ngenda basibayina ako buzibu. Abo ne bafuge nawo ne banafuge emyaka gyabwe emirala kinana kasaba bakulakulanye eggwanga just bafuge emyaka gyabwe kinana. Akurite on Entebbe Road. Akurite eyo naye alabika ali wala lwansonga nyinayo relative wange ennyumba yagitunda ng'agamba wala. kakati gwe kyogamba mbu Akurite on the road nga nyinayo neighbor yatunda. Entebbe wala ku Matuga. Matuga is near. Matuga ekitusumbwa kiri kimu. The road is small. Chris, olaba luno oluguudo oluva ku 19 ne lujja ne lugatta ekiweebwa. That road there bagenda dukola. Kati atenza oluguudo. I am like 500 meters. Kitegeeza mbeera ku chorus awo. Osobola okuyita n'emmende n'otuuka okiraba. Atha ne Matuga muli mu Tisebo. Nja kukikuba wano yo people ngenda kufuna wano sente. Munsange nga nfuluma ekikomere ekkololo walinga ku airstrip awo. Obene nga ku Interpol nga jenva bwenti nga nkyama nti nga tebangamba ko awo nga nguze Volvo. Yesterday when we were oyo chorus wa 2090 mu government empya bajja mukola mangu mu government empya kwa kati we cannot be sure government empya kakati we were talking yesterday abasajja twaguze Alphard babadde banyumya nga gaya agamba abaana abakuba sente nga agamba ina chali we yakubye milioni 5 ne mubuza yazikubya n'agamba abaana bali ku online awo bakola sente nga kati wali abaana abala bakoze project z'embwa. You guys know izo bintu by'embwa. Mbwa abaana bakola project z'embwa bakubira ddala sente milioni 10 2 okulunda embwa nga bwozibonyabonya. Naye kati ate wali abaana mbwa ab'embale bo bakola ki? Ab'embale nabo balina bye bakola. Mbwa ate nabo bakuba sente enzibu. When you people you're there you don't know. Abaana bakuba sente. Nika kati nze nja kuba ndi awo nga nange nfunye ki endorsement nga bampa sente zange nga ngule kolola awo. It's good to dream. You people, it's good to dream. It's good to dream. I wanted to buy Chiwewa at first. No salao no gene namaliri Chiwewa was better. Chiwewa kati you see Chiwewa is going to be on the main road on tarmac. Nye atha your audience on YouTube can make you miss work. Ekibozi kiri wano. But here I'm working. You people don't know. Here I'm working. Kakati abana bakuba sente mboli yakubye milioni 5 nasoka kugula ko 200 dawo ya milioni 5. Guy was telling us, Arthur, thinking about good future is that also. Nze nja chikuba. Kati olaba nze ni minister, ndi quality ya minister. Olaba abantu bawaba oba minister naku zino sebo nze ndi quality ya minister. Sivuma bantu, siwemula bantu. I have good ideas. Mpa Ministry of Works tewe mpa state minister sina buzibu. Mwe twabade tunyumya. Era office za for the love of cars tuziteke matuga. Olokuba start tegena matuga mwe twabade tunyumya. Nga gaya agamba nti bali bakubye deal. Omwana yagenda nga agamba pastor. Nga mugaba pastor nyina abazungu bange mbaleta. Gwe church Jesu nywe. Nze ngena ko anze sente na pastor yagala sente meka buli mwezi. Pastor mbobana asama milioni 3 buli mwezi. Nanga ffe tugenda zikuwa. Nebirato bitunula gwe jangu bulira njiri yogenda. Ekimwe ekya 10 kyo kifune nze abazungu bange tobatunulako. Mu pastor agenda olaba abana bagenda kuba sente nyingi. Nazimba omutima n'agaana. Then nanyumya gayo omulala n'agamba mbu abana bagenda bafuna abazungu eyo nga babatekamu sente okuzimba borehole. Mwe deal ziri mu ggwanga mulira bwali alina deal bwe zityo nange mumpe nze luli nabaganjagala abantu bali mu government abagala kukola money laundering mujje tukole. Gayi ng'anyumya ng'agamba nti oba ebibuuzo bayiiya biyiiye simanyi. Gayi ng'agamba nti abaana baleeta business y'okusima borehole kati nga bayita mu muzikiti. I saw that accident, Isaac. It was not speed, it was bad braking. Zineze surako ebintu. Kati mbunga bayita mu imamu nga bamugamba. Ffe buli borehole gye tugenda okusima tugenda kuwa milioni mmeka 3. Nga imamu akkiriza. Basimayo borehole nya agenda okwira nga abaana basaba eri bafunanga $1 omutwalo gumuye bamuwanga milioni 3 ng'azimba omutima. Ngagaba abaana bafuna nnyo. Abaana balina ddiiru. Ambangereze kati eno government ogira bwe mpayo wa state minister nja kusirika. Sina buzibu. I will keep quiet. Nze nja keranga kumacha nga ndi mu nze nja kuba nevuga nga nkola broadcast zange maaso waliyo patrol ensooka maaso nga bwe nkola broadcast zange paka ku ministry. Broadcast olugwa bweti nkoleyo TikTok zange nga 5 nyingira office nsirike ngaba minister. Ate Antonio zanze manyi diru je ziri abana banyumya diru zaggwadda. Okitegeera abana banyumya diru zaggwa. Era oli guy yagambye naye yali mu diru ya church erinaga pastor yatufiriza senezera ningenda gagga wala. Nenno mbabulire ng'omuntu agamba yali agenda gagga wala mugagga. Musubuzi wa moroka ine moroka ndozangana. Oyo taba mwavu naye nga naye agamba eyo diru yali egenda okungaggawaza. Kitegeeza ezo diru ziri mu sente nyingi n'abana abana bemulaba bano. Can you do broadcast in the basement? I'm basement atengenda kola yo kinga bampa do 1 minute. Sabu bampa 1 minute sanga nsirika. Ne wano nsirise era ne wano soogera nnyo Chris. Leka atekadika kugira bwotyo. Nze sina buzibu. Gwe abana kireka babireyo nga bakola abana betu abana bavuga emmotoka ez'ebbeeyi kireka bera mu business ezo bwe zityo zitatigi. Bali Martin. These guys, I don't think they be lying. The stories are straight. Like when someone is telling the story, he has all the parts figured out. Like they can't be lies. That's when you become useless. Oh, you don't, to your family, you're not useless. You have a diplomatic passport. After in Uganda, working hard is a prank. I also think you work hard, your A comes. You work hard, they come. You work hard. Those guys don't even pay URA. Government egamba blood money, I'm telling you, a gaba blood money. Well, did you gambie chi? Anyway, guys, ekibozi kinyumye olaba ne YPM was a scam. Na you got the YPS jajogerako. Aba bantu baba ne connection. Mulaba Arthur mukwata nga bagamba Arthur wano ku YouTube akola ko money laundering. Olokuba na yogeda akagamba mano kume kwogera ku YPA. Anyway, guys, if you have such deals, me, I will be quiet. Simanyi Rama, I don't know if they have a fair. I don't know. Me, I just see things. I see them. Munda bambogerako. so ogenda ku bitankwata abantu baba ne connection zaabwe birawo amasasi ngoyogedde ku bintu byabwe. Anyway guys, with big money never comes clean. It can come clean. It can come. Mwe muyinza okuba muli wano nga ntandise okwogera ebitakwatagana wano. Kolera abantu era mba nkolera mwe era mwe bagayi inze lwe balimpa ssente mujja kumanya yakujjamba gayi bannange kino na kino naye nalidde. Sibagamba direct nti nalidde. Mbaga kino na kino naye akastandire nga akastandire oyita yokko yita yokko tulye ku ssente. Ba muli awo nga ntandise okukola goat roasting nga for the love of Kaz family mujje tukole goat roasting. Nga mumanya olunalidde akasente nga mpaana bwe muli awo bakabanda tebawaana nze nsobola okuwaana bakukyaze ku kasukula bankyaze kasukula ivu yani oyo Shamimu nankadeo na yankyaze nga bwonna mpaana buwanyi nze can you actually get money from government? I can't. That's the thing. I can't. But if it came, goes Ghana. Someone was asking me the other day, I thought we kutuza bati magaka tukuwe milioni bina. Okorotya. Okorotya kati go okorotya nga bakwadde milioni bina. Bokorotya nga bakwadde ate zo sente zibako choice. Bozigana na bidala. Kati nze I pray you don't get such deals because we still need you. Isaac. Does Isaac wish you good for me to buy a house in Kololo? Nemu abana bakola deal, abana bakola business. Gwa Isaac ojja kuba oli awo bajje bakuletire business ngeriko milioni 8. When we see you are relocating from Matuga, it will be obvious. Exact. Nze wemunda banganga nzize ntinda. Nganzize wane Kololo nganguze nnyo. Ne bwata bakolo ne bwemba muyenga yengawo. Nganguze chiyumba change muyenga nga ku diplomatic hotel ye abakatatumbe eyo nga mumanya Isaac tagala muleka Matuga YPNF Capital Investment Group bakuta abantu obujega mumbere awo nga mundaba nga nkyuse nga nsembedde mu kibuga ate nga munda banvuga Volvo nga ntandise okuwana Volvo kasita munda nga ntandise okuwana Volvo nti muruke ne libiraye bo nga ntandise okuwana zi Emero egolo. Yesterday I was talking to a young man on the phone. He has agreed he's going to buy a C200 before, and so I think he was talking to his girlfriend and he said, you know what, why do we buy a C200? It's really low, let's buy a GLC. And I told him the GLC is a good car, but you can buy it and by chance that car gets a minor problem and you end up spending 7 million in one fix. I said, what? I said, yes. So you think about it. Good thing you have your 15,000. First keep it as you collect the rest of the money, because 15,000 is about I think what kati alina okuweza miliyoni 10 okusobola ogenda mu GLE there. Bw'otandika okuwaana Nissan said ezo kati mbasika ezo z'abaavu mujja kundaba nga nvuga pickup ya Peugeot double cabin zino nga gundi zaavuga yani Lawrence avuga pickup za Peugeot, pickup za Mazda. Nze kasamula nga ntandise ovuga ebyo ebintu nga nyina escort bwe ntuuka mu shopping mall munsanga kati temula nti munsanga n'entunula wansi nti nga nyina ensonyi, munsanga my head is high like this nga sikyalina nsonyi naye nga bodyguard akulemesa okuntuukako nga mumanya. There will be signs. There will be sign. Isaac, me, I will sleep in Kampala when I have the means. Isaac, nenze nabagamba. Me, I went to Matuga because I didn't have the money to buy in Kampala Road. Nze next school ya wonze mbeerawo. I sound proof. I can sound proof properly. Nga bw'oyingira mu nnyumba yange bwe tomanya nti oli Kampala Road. I'm telling you. Nekamba sibule. Embozi tejja kulekeraawo. Embozi teba nkadde. Naye kangende nsabe editor episode yaffe ya Project K ya leero. Mwe bagayi Karina oluggwa bweti tutandika Kigege. Karina bwegwa bweti tutandika Kigege. Ngenda okukola Kigege e Kampala. Ngenda kukola Kigege oluguno ku Kigege ogundi wano oba mbalamuze nkubawe miliyoni nga 7 ngubalage gugu oba ngulamuze ngubawe miliyoni 7 kuba ndaba gubalemedde wano bawe miliyoni nga 7 zentandikira okukola bode si nnungi nnyo naye eyita. Anyway guys, thank you very much for being part of the broadcast. I hope that eyazene stress ekendeddeko ngeyange bwekendedde muyombya Mark Lawrence Omule Zas David Klaje Yusuf Lugonda Chambade Hannington VIP Mpanga Godfrey Pipera Hamim Daniel Trava Jones Info Martin Sentongo Nampija Julie Travel Live Law Kazoba Lawrence Innocent Mugabi VIP Paul Sema VIP Mugenyi Simon Peter Richard Damulida President Antonio Ivan Namanda VIP Karim UG VIP Mwanguzi David Nsanji Isaac Walusimbi Innocent Mugabi VIP Bridget Kakai Mutumba Padi obadde obuze nnyo no Padi kireka obeera nnyo mukamoli Ronald M Kasendwa VIP Kejo Van VIP Asad Sulaiman Katamba Isaac Katende Sozi Rajab VIP Enoch Changwa Bugisu Time Sanji Crispiness Lubulwa Martin Sentongo Funny Lifestyle Akampa Alan Tarema Godfrey Funny Lifestyle Chobyo Alex Joe Kavali Charles Sebaduka Kasule Musa say 2 linya dinnemyeryo athanga you reach first nkulayo ku Northern Bypass kati otuuse atonanda bako ku Northern Bypass atonanda bako ku Northern Bypass olwaleero Julius Singoba Kasule banayimba mazeeyo guys, thank you very much mwebale kubeera ku broadcast mbagala nnyo Richard Damulira Muwanguzi David kandabe ani gosisibu the sectorical Norman Arthur, why is it that there are several people selling plots in Matuga? Because Matuga still has plots to sell, and I think because the plots in Matuga are still affordable, so it's completely normal to be suspicious. Matuga is a very peaceful place. That's one thing I can tell you guys. Matuga is a very peaceful place, and it's one of the currently affordable places to buy land. So if you don't buy land now in Matuga, 2 years from now tugenda baba gaga nga temusobola kugulayo ttaka nze mbabuulira. Daniel Trava Mudope Joshua Shanko Gibbs mbamazeeyo mwenda ikamba mazeeyo. How much fuel do you use from Matuga? Kati mwene mmotoka isenga mbadde envuga direct nenzija wano naali badde nnywanga mutwalo nga gumu n'ekitundu naye kati enkozesa ng'esatu because envuga neŋŋendako emunyonyo nenzija nenzira emunyonyo nenzirayo, so kati amafuta gye gaba gagenda amangi ekitegedde. Christian Mulunga mbamazeeyo mmwe Sally James abembaale babbira mu mizikiti mubimanyi n'obimanya bantu mmwe mubimanyi n'okunsinga. Lawrence Omule buying a used Primo of 38 and buying a fielder, buy a fielder from the bond. Don't even think about it. The people that want Primos want Primos. Bamazeyo Chigoze Stanley. Chigoze Stanley boy no call Love Cars initiative not to mu State House to meet Muzei Mama Abani secretary. Nag sente ezo nag. After yesterday, my vista displayed I'm on 16.1 kilometers per liter when I was along bypass. How true is that? It's possible. Ante moroka kisinzira bw'olinnya kigere. Gy'okoma okulinnya ennyo gy'ekoma okukola ki? Now see, like that hospital in Lubowa, it needed to be out of town to create opportunities to people. Arthur, what do you think if someone wants to invest into electric car charging stations? You see, guys, ebintu bya Uganda, ogenda tukanga enguzi joyina okugaba esinga investment. JK told you guys he had a friend. I don't know if JK is on live, but JK had a friend of his. Yali ava e Denmark ewaabwe. He had a project ng'erina funding nga bagenda gikola mu kibuga. I don't remember what the project was about, but bwe yatuuka wano ng'enguzi gy'alina okugaba okusobola okuyisa project ye esinga sente ze bagenda oteeka mu project n'abivaako nadde Denmark. How much is the plot? 50 by 100 in Matuga right now? I think it's 15-17 there, 15 million 17. Arthur osabula ekibozi naye naffe mukamoyo. I don't take you for granted. Talemwa which Matuga because people think they sell. Waliwo n'abatunda ewatali byapa. Waliwo abatunda ewatali byapa. Kasule Ramadan, welcome to the VIP club. Arthur, good morning. I have come here late, but I have a story. Maybe next time. Jituwe, life is short. Tuwe Mbozi, St. Francis Busunju. Tuwe Mbozi, give us Moses Kagaba. Fort Portal is warm again. Nafe when we are not warm, we are hot. Ira ataina SC. Eguro, the people I did inspection for. By Kababa batambulira ku board, it was a guy and his girlfriend. We were to them priasi yang nemba labanga obulamu bukakkanye. Era bwe twatusenga tufuna Alphard ina SC nemba gamba wano tutuvaawo. Zilizo nazo alitwanga tezina SC. By the way, Isaac omuntu aba atunda ttaka nga liri bombo naye ngira asigala agamba Matuga. Kati ttaka lye bombo lya layisi ku Matuga ate bombo tewabeereke bombo wala. Ebombo walinga Ntebe. Bombo and Entebbe are literally the same distance. Katiyobola sola beera Ntebe. St. Francis soko tuwe Mbozi, jango tuwe Mbozi, but long time without hearing from Council Patrick Asiku. Is it fine? Kamweleze ka message tulabe. Gwe St. Francis, bring the story. Obulamu bumpi tunyumye Mbozi. Lete Mbozi gwe tetulina gye tulaga. Nina comment gye nnoonya wano. Nina comment gye nnoonya nga sigiraba. St. Francis, give us ekibozi. Ate nkyo ojja kujja weerabidde ekibozi. Comment yange eriwa. Ebuze. Namata Betty, how are Matuga is good, but the Matuga Wachisorodo Lemwa. Matuga is good. I know someone that just bought there. Wow, and era yaguze kurwe Matuga Road Wachiso. Yaguze plot yali agalagula nyumba ewedde. Natukandoza agenda babe nyumba ewedde nga tebigata. Nagula plot kati yatandise n'okuzimba. Basic Chris, good morning. Ozereti naye wali waleeta ekibozi gwe tulinze. Jango tuwe ekibozi. St. Francis Busunju soko je. Tabanga agenze. Tojja kunosubiza abantu mboza ate nomala gavaawo. Kyokka nno nyina shoot nze gwe mulaba nyina okugenda ku shoot ate bwe siva kuno kula. Bayite balina kye bajja kukola. Friends, Francis, are you coming or we go? You come tomorrow and tell us tomorrow. Matuga is a very nice place. It's a very nice. I'm just telling the people that have money that there is no reason why you go to Matuga when you have money. buy land in Kololo here and be there. Kololo is quiet also, and everything is accessible. You can take it. You don't even need the car when you live in Kololo. Are you typing? Anta sokatugamba I'm typing so that we know neme kusibulanga atandisi. First send me a short tuwelezeke yo part jo typing nze kutugira tusomeye nga bo typing eddako. So anyway, the guys that are looking to buy plots, I highly recommend Matuga. Don't go and buy in Bombo thinking you're buying in Matuga. And particularly come to my estate, Jivaita Zion. It's a very nice place, very well planned. Amakubo maiti vo iteno no gweri no iteri no gweri no iteri no gweri. You obviously cannot come near me because plots onazo nezi ninanyi bazigula dda nayagala no gula kezi mu byanema kati nembi vaka expansion nenji bako ngamba I'm happy with where I am. Kololo is $1 million. Ofuna aweddemu emu kolona mbamu abavu wadde naye kummeka anti Ramadan plots z'omu estate yava zi million 15 ku 17 sinalaba weesukka waawe era bw'ogula esuse waawe oba oguze bubi anti kati 100 by 100 yibale miliyoni nga 3 ku 3.5 naye era oyinza obutafuna ploti oyinza butafuna 10 ku 10 yawamu ezisinga ziri 50 by 100 standard plot ezisinga ziri standard. But me I find that the 50 by 100 is sufficient enough. Do you have garbage collection? I think garbage collection for what? You have a garden there. Me I made an incinerator for burning. I know it's not very friendly for the environment, but an incinerator for burning anything that cannot rot. And then everything that rot sura middle yo, where you have the phobitokes there. People like me. Security fees Ferry, we are in paradise. We are in Rio paradise, Rio Uganda. Tubanga wali mucharo. The only difference is that the people now that live in the estate are like me. Title. But I don't know where there is the 2 plots at Babira plot area. Right? So for you to get a 100 by 100, you need to get someone that has 2 plots at once, which is really hard. In Namgongo estate, you have them. Even me, I would gladly pay for those things if they were there. Video, but we are secure. The only times I've thought that we had thieves, but maybe bali bagara kwegoba. Manyi maybe bakola ekisiru. Maybe abayagala kwegoba naye said dirisalyo. Na kugamba nti ababbi bazze kati ntyawo. Bamayidi basiru bannange. Chigo. Ante kati Chigo ono wano ku bypass ku express one. Kulwe munyonyo. Yewala bwe manyina sente zange njalabeera Kololo. Kololo ogula nyumba ya former speaker sente zonna kati azikwala. Tamanyi kiddako. Wabula ye omukyalo yalaika kati akwata muzi zagende. Ata kisinziira kitundu kimu Matuga. Ewamwe Julie ewamwe wammeka kuba gwate oli kulwekasanga. Toli kulwekasanga ti Julie. Plot 50 by 100 wafi ya 15 to 17. Wemboza like atagenda jitu wakamba sibule nkuba amasimu. Nyina amasimu agamanji maititive. Mwebagayi bani abakozesa ku app mutwe ku feedback. I have very good feedback about the app. After I'm in one estate here, people ask for money for everything. Smile security fee, road maintenance. There are estates that are managed. Our estate is not managed. Ochitegera estate ya feteli managed. Buli muntu yagula plot ya ine chapa chigowe. Ekubo boya galo dikola likoli. Like me, my road, I fix it. I put lights on my road. Iwange ichiro wabangala andani. But I did it on my own. Tusola genda ngogamba bantu muntu yagula takalie nti katete security gwe government uli konsabe security government tujuwo musori tuwe police asa nange nagula Matuga okumpi ne world ahead ya world ahead na wompita one engwe wange those after you can see what Kasule is saying aba Kasule bali mu estate ziri mu actually nyo mind telling us which nze ndi mu Zion mpoze Kasule oli mu estate bagiyita batya The new song, I'm going to put it. Oli kumabanda gwe Juliet oli mu kibuga. Temuyina babbi mwawo nze atawo kati kumabanda sagala beerawo nnyo awo. Kati gwe Juliet mwamuleka mwagula dadda. Nera bw'ofuna obukapuloti akala isinze kampe. Ako network evuddeko kansiibula. Guys, I'll see you tomorrow. Mujjukire ncha tuyina ekimeza. Juliet agenda kubeerawo ku kimeza. It's called Valley View Estate, kitagobwa along Mpererwe Kiteezi. That's a managed thing. It's not really like our estates. Omanya abaye basala estates zaabwe ne bazi fencing. Asiyeyo. That's a managed estate. That's different. Nyinenge jemvali winga mu sente zange. Ebyo byangobe gayaze ebyo kwata million ne gayaza million 3.5 10 kwa 5. Ebyo byangobe gayaze ebyo. Era ate kati sengamba kubanga nyine ekibalonga bwenkiina kati. Senga naine ekibalonga bwenkiina kati. Nali guze na condominium. Anyway, but me I think ebibalo bino bichukanga namuko. After a long broadcast today, I know Kambasibuli. Guys, have a nice day. I'll see you tomorrow morning. Tunaba tunyumya kankubide editor tele episode ya fe ba VIP. Estate things of homeowners association crap binyiza. There's meetings. Sigenda you. Homeowners. But places that have homeowners associations, nazo simbi. They are more secure and stuff like that. 50 by 100 in Entebbe is 70 million. Ngula chi kubeera Entebbe. Waliwo sente bwe ziyinza okutuuka nga ngenda kugula nnyumba gundi Canada. Nze mbabuulira amazima. Nga bwe nzibarabaramu nga bwe ngula ennyumba nsobola ogigula e Canada. Guys, I wish you a very lovely day. I'll see you tomorrow morning.